you. When we last heard the item regarding the cannabis tax measure, at the end of that presentation, several of you asked for a presentation or a report back on the health and safety aspects of cannabis. And so today we have Lieutenant Jamin Martinez will begin. He's from the Sheriff's Department. And following that, Health Services will provide a presentation as well.
Very good. Okay. Thank you.
Chair.
Yes, Mr. Serna, I'm sorry.
Yeah, excuse me. Before we hear the presentation, I just want to at least preface this from my perspective. I think we all understand that there are going to be adverse health impacts from cannabis, and that's what we're going to hear today. I'm a little not surprised, but I guess hopeful that at some point we could hear from other experts, not necessarily law enforcement, but other health experts that might be able to educate us or expand on the growing body of research in terms of the medical benefits of cannabis. When we, as the CEO just said, this is a presentation on the impacts and aspects of this particular substance. Impacts and aspects run both ways. They can be adverse and they can be positive or beneficial. So just want to make clear what the public and what the board is going to hear, I think, in the next several minutes is a bit one-sided. It's about I would say it's a presentation about the adverse impacts, and notably is absent any mention, at least judging by the PowerPoints that I've seen in advance, of the potential benefits of medical cannabis.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Stern. Supervisor Frost.
Oh, who would that be, Phil? Who would that be? And can we?
I don't think there's any shortage of experts out there.
I would be interested in that also, and I think it would be good to hear it before we vote on this item. But I don't know who that would be. But I know that
I think we can
benefits.
probably arrange to find some people.
I certainly think we could probably do that for sure. I just want to make note that we have to vote on the tax ordinance on July 12th. So if we brought someone in to talk about the medical benefits of cannabis, it would have to be on July 12th, albeit before the vote on the ordinance.
Well, and just for clarification, Supervisor Kennedy's in the queue, that the have to is if there's a decision by the board to want to move forward to a ballot measure that would encompass a proposal that would have a taxing component to it to the November ballot. That's the have to. Other than that, there's really no driver behind this.
No, that's correct. Yep. It's just that we have to have the ordinance in place in order to get it on the November ballot.
No, you're accurate. I just wanted to say this from
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Chair, before you hear from Mr. Kennedy and Mr. Desmond, I for one would be interested in having that added information. I think, as Supervisor Frost has indicated, if necessary on that day. Sounds like it is necessary.
Okay. All right. We're going to add to the July 12th agenda. We're going into the evening. Okay. Supervisor Kennedy and the Supervisor Desmond. Okay. Supervisor Kennedy and the Supervisor Desmond.
Yeah, just to make the point, and we may not all agree on this point up here, but the tax issue and legalization of marijuana in any kind or cannabis of any kind are two separate issues. We can, choose to put a tax on the ballot without changing the county's policy toward cannabis.
Okay. All right, Supervisor.
That's exactly the only thing I was going to say as well, is that this presentation, and I agree, another presentation that talks about positive health aspects, to me are more important to help inform what we might decide to do after a tax ordinance. And I don't view them as I view them as mutually exclusive things, really. So,
and if I could, no, and I acknowledge that and agree. I would add, though, that while we may be able to discern the differences from a policy perspective, and even a legal one in terms of what goes on the ballot, what doesn't go on the ballot. I'm not so certain that members of the public who may choose to advocate in the meantime between today, what we're going to hear today, and July 12th, and perhaps on July 12th, understand the distinction. So I just want to make it a little more clear by way of asking for a presentation on the other part of this, which I think from a substantive standpoint, in the totality of what this county decides to do about cannabis, if anything, deservedly should be balanced. And so we should hear what those positive aspects are.
Okay. All right. Thank you, board members. Lieutenant Martinez, you're up. So you got a chance to hear a little of the dialogue. So a little